So I'm here with Skyler King of the 179 division. Could you kind of explain to me how you got into this tournament, or what's I guess what's your motivation?
Um, uh, uh, I just myself, I'm an amateur MMA fighter. Always hungry, searching for opportunities. I've been really attacking like the jiu-jitsu world the past year or so, just trying to up my game in that area. So, when y'all hit me up, it just kind of like fell into place. Like it's a good opportunity for me to get more exposure, to earn more sponsorships, and of course the cash prize is always like that's a nice caveat as well. Like more money than I would have ever made fighting amateur MMA.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that kind of brings me to a good point. So we're going to be doing a live stream, so you'll have an opportunity to kind of push your sponsors and get a lot of eyes on you. And with this card kind of being the way it is, we have guys from California, Alaska. You're from Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a good opportunity to kind of collaborate with everybody. But what's your strategy here from kind of, I guess, travel and hotel and all that? Could you kind of speak on what's your plan here? I know a lot of guys are on the fence about competing, but they're not sure about the tickets and all that. Could you kind of speak on that a
Yeah.
little bit?
Yeah, well, I've got a friend that works at Arizona State. We go back to college. We're really good friends. So, it's an opportunity for me outside of the jiu-jitsu side to visit with him and to kind of like reconnect a little bit and spend some time. He's been bugging me for a while to come visit anyways. So, again, like this whole opportunity just falling into place, it's just good timing. And once I get there, man, I've never been to Arizona, so I want to enjoy like a new state, a new area. Obviously, of course, business first. We're going to take care of the tournament, but I'll stay a couple of days afterwards and kind of see what Phoenix has to offer.
Gotcha. And is your friend going to be helping you move the tickets? So, I mean, for those of you that don't know, Skylar's going to be doing the ticket sales route. So you can either compete for $200 or you can sell four tickets, and that'll count as your entry fee. So, I mean, you being from Georgia, you have a kind of a network out there already, or how does that work for you?
Oh yeah, my buddy's my lifeline. Like I'm depending on him pretty heavy right now, and he's so that's how it's working right now.
Gotcha. All right, cool. And I'm hoping, the marketing materials help you out a little bit, all the QR codes and all that.
Oh
So,
yeah,
I mean, you're a good looking guy. So hopefully he pushes it out to all the ASU girls, and you know what I mean. They start scanning those
yeah,
codes.
for sure. The ASU girls, right?
So could you kind of speak on your training a little bit? Kind of talk on your gym, and what's your, I guess, what's your strategy heading into this unique rule set?
Yeah, so right now I got the gym right here, actually. Black Eye Athletics under Team Roberto Travin. Basically, if I'm not here, I'm at the Team Travin HQ or a litany of other gyms that I can cross train at to get different looks, especially on the MMA side. But I train in the mornings, jujitsu, then strength and conditioning right afterwards. I come here, I teach kids jujitsu at 5:30 every evening, and then finish up with more jujitsu training at the end, or Muay Thai, pad work, stuff like that as well. That's Monday through Friday. Saturday, open mat. Like we just wrapped up open mat right like 15 minutes ago. Sundays are typically rest days, but I mean it's just nonstop, 5 6 hours a day, always training. If it's not the martial arts, it's strength and conditioning. I like to swim a lot, so just keep the cardio up and keep the conditioning up.
Okay. And would you consider yourself more of a no gi guy? I mean, you're an MMA fighter naturally, but I mean, are you doing more gi or no gi? Or is it kind of 50-50 split?
Over the last maybe like year and a half, I've really fallen back in love with the geese. So I just kind of separate the two. Like they're different sports, and I have different styles for each one. Like I'm a bit more cerebral in the gi. I can kind of pick what weapons and what strategies I want to go with. Whereas a no gi, I feel like it's a bit more loose and flowy. And as far, especially on the MMA side, like I have like strategies in that that's kind of tied back into the MMA. Like I'm not one of these like butt scooters that likes to like accept bottom position with no purpose. Like if I'm on bottom, like I got a reason I'm on bottom. If I'm going to no gi, typically I'm trying to smash.
I got you, man. And that's a good way to look at it too, because I mean, it's difficult to promote jujitsu. I mean, from my point of view, because you get these really high level guys and they consider if there's no movement, I'm doing my job correctly. I've got this guy totally pinned and isolated and there's nothing he can do. But as a spectator, you want movement. You want those guys that are really going to engage. So, I mean, that was kind of my appeal. Like, I've seen some of your matches. I've seen I've seen you actually do a lot more stand up than jujitsu, believe it or not. But I mean, you're kind of one of those guys that you put on a pace and you're really forward pressure. So I think you're gonna fit in great here, man. I'm really excited to have you. So, do you think your style is a little different than a pure jujitsu guy coming from MMA, or do you think the two are kind of separate, like you said?
I mean, I could see a difference in some like a lot of the tournaments I've done recently. Like a lot of the guys, I feel like, I mean, wrestling's not super huge in the jiu-jitsu community. So a lot of guys will either accept takedowns or they'll pull guard right away. And then, once that happens, it, like I said, it comes down to like pacing and like I don't want people to stall, and I'm not gonna play these like butt scoot games where these people where like if they just sit down right away, like I'm not gonna let them play that game. I'm gonna implement my will. So I think compared to MMA guys, like there's a lot more head like butting heads and like like fighting for that. Whereas in jiu-jitsu, I feel like some guys accept a little bit more, and their finesse can pay off, and they can do some really cool stuff with their jiu-jitsu. But I mean, I found my success in jiu-jitsu just by if you're gonna lay down, I'm gonna smash you. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna let you work my game, and I'm not gonna give you a chance to work yours.
I mean, that's a good way to do it. Like, what's the phrase? It's take everything, give to them nothing. That's a good strategy to have. So,
Right, right.
I guess my last question for you would be, in the event that you do win and you take home that $1,500, do you have a plan for it already, or is it just kind of put it in the bank, or where are you at with that?
Yeah, no, just put it in the bank. I see it. I mean, I'm on my way. I'm working towards becoming a professional athlete. So this is just, I can't let $1,500 like be like, oh, I'm gonna go splurge now. Like, oh, we're going to Disney World. Like, no, no, no. Like, we're just gonna put that away in the bank. We're gonna keep grinding, keep it going, like we do. Nose to the grindstone. Wait for more opportunities and let them just pile up.
It sounds good, man. Very, very mature. I mean, a lot of these guys are like, yeah, it is what it is. I'm probably just gonna, ball out. But it's funny to hear. It's funny to hear your approach as a pro athlete as opposed to a guy who kind of just does this on the side. You know what I mean? It's just two totally
Right.
different mindsets. But I mean, now's your time. If you want to give any shout outs, plug any sponsors, anything like that, the floor is yours.
Yeah, for sure. I want to shout out my sponsors that help me, of course, get like my travel covered. We got Robert's Tax Service, Breaking Bread Events, Carrollton Jewelry and Pawn, and Black Eye Athletics. Thank you to to all my sponsors for your help. It just goes a long way. Um, yeah,
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. If you want to get me a link or a couple links to those sponsors, I'll get them all hooked up in the like the description here. But again, I look forward to having you, man. I appreciate it. Is there any questions you had about the tournament? Anything you wanted to clear up, or actually?
not really. Quick refresher on like the weigh-ins and the
Yes.
start time. What is that going to look like?
So we have the building from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. I really don't think we're gonna need that long. So from 2 to 3, it'll just kind of be staff setting up, the walkout, the mat, all that, and around 3 o'clock we'll open up the doors. We'll have you guys come in, and we're kind of gonna do it more of a almost like a UFC style weigh-in. So you'll face off with your first round opponent. Everybody can take pictures and all that. It'll kind of be for the spectators too. We're looking to get the 159 division started at 4 p.m. and I'm thinking we're going to conclude maybe an hour and a half after that. Your division should start, but again, it kind of depends on subs and things of that nature. But
Sure.
the whole tournament should probably be wrapped up. I'm guessing around 9 at the very latest to include all the super fights, and then we still have the place for another 2 hours. So the bar will be open. We'll play some music. Everybody can kind of talk because we have guys from all over the country. So
Nice.
nice little mixer for everybody, and hopefully set up some cross training while everybody's in town. But
Yeah, yeah, that'd be cool.